Hey everybody, if you guys want to see how I did this ombre look, keep watching. So today I am partnering with I Am Beauty Chicago. Inside of the wig box, they have your instructions, they have your lashes, they have some samples in there for you, and of course the wig. This beautiful unit is 22-inch body wave. It's 180% density, full lace Indian hair wig in the color 613. I will have all the information in the description box down below for you guys. Right here, I'm just showing you the cap construction. Of course, like I said, it's all lace around the perimeter, and there are some clips inside which you can use. I did not use them, but you know, they're definitely there if you need them. And of course, an elastic band in the back as well. You can see the different lengths of hair in this, so it did come from different donors, but it all worked out for me just well. Right now I'm going to tone the hair first because it's very, very light. So I'm going to fill up my sink a little bit with some shimmering light shampoo. This is purple, so it tones the hair. So I'm just going to dip the hair inside of this, kind of swish it around a little bit. So I didn't want it to be super like yellow, of course, how it came, but I didn't want it to be gray. So at this point, I'm just kind of dipping it until it's not so bright. This wasn't something like a science for me. I just kind of did it until I knew where I wanted it to be, if that makes sense. So right here, I'm just washing out the shampoo as best as I can. I want to make sure I get it all out before I start doing the watercolor method. So I'm just kind of wringing it out here. So I'm going to show you guys the difference between what it started out with and what I have right here. So I'm actually using these three colors and one more. I'm going to explain as I go along, but I wanted this to be really ombre as far as the color blending into each other. Right now I'm starting off with some hot water. Of course, you want to put on some gloves. Be very careful with this hot water. I'm starting off with honey blonde. I put a little bit in there. I'm going to mix it up. Make sure that you're mixing this up very well. Later in the clip, you're going to see that I did get a clump on the wig. I did fix it, but just make sure that you're blending this all the way so you don't have any weird splotchiness on the wig. So again, just turn it up, stir. So I'm doing a test strip right here to see exactly how warm this color is going to look. I did it on the back of the wig in case it looked bad. It was very light and I was going to add some more color, but I decided to dunk the entire wig in there because it was still really bright to me. So I just wanted the whole wig to be a little bit warmer of a blonde. So if you're nervous about having a really light blonde, this is what I suggest you do, just to warm up the wig itself. So after I was done doing the entire wig, I added some more honey blonde in there to start doing my ombre sections. So again, stir. So I'm going to go ahead and dunk this hair in. And I'll let this sit a little bit. So most times you want to have a comb to get the color all the way through. The reason I did not use a comb is because I wanted it to look a little bit highlight-esque, if you will. Like all the hair isn't going to be colored the same, and you'll see later on in the video. But I just want to dunk it a little bit, have most of that hair that color. And then I'm going to dunk it a little bit further than that ombre point, just so that the two colors blend in together. Now I'm taking Mocha by Outre and I'm adding that to the honey. And I'm going to just dip that a little bit underneath where I started before. So this is adding another layer. Again, this is not going to be super dark. Outre and the honey brown is actually similar colors. Honey's just a little bit warmer and a tad bit darker. But again, I'm just going to dunk that so that I get a nice ombre look between the two colors. You can't really see it that much here, but the ombre was turning out beautifully. So now we're going to get a fresh batch of water here so we can just put the mocha in by itself. This time I use a lot more mocha because I know that I want it to be a little bit darker and I know that the honey brown is a similar color to this. So we just went all in. So now I'm going to go to the next level of the ombre. And then again, I dunk a little bit further to blend the two layers. At this point, my hand was burning. Like, please be careful with this water. Please let this sit a little bit. So now this is where we're coming from that top blonde down to this brown, and it's getting a little bit darker. So now we're going to add the dark warm brown by Kiss into that same mocha water. So I'm just putting a little bit of the tips in there, and then you'll see me again dip a little bit further to blend out the colors again. At this point, I was like, okay, let's see how dark we're going to get, because I felt like it was getting super dark down there. So again, I'm going to do the fresh batch of water. Now we're going to do the darkest warm brown by itself so we can get the ends dark. Again, with this one, I just went all in as far as the amount of color because I knew I wanted it to be dark. So just focusing that on the ends. I honestly didn't even need this much water because that's how little hair that I put in here. This last color process was the longest because I wanted the hair to sit a little bit longer in the water so that it could really absorb all of the dark color, so that the ends were really nice and dark. I did not want to do black. I honestly do not wear black anything. I don't like black hair, let me say that. Not clothes. I love black clothes. But I wanted it to be super dark without it being black. So here I kind of dunked it a little bit because I felt like the wig was just a little bit light. And I don't know if it was my lighting in there. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't regret doing this. But I just wanted it to be a little bit more dark. So I went and found some dark, like the darkest brown, like some hair rinse. I had this for a while. Like, I had to find this out of my closet. But that is what I used for the ends, and it helped darken it up. So after I did all of that, I let it sit for a little bit, and then I came and did the conditioner. I'm using the Tresemme. Again, I'll have that link down below just for me to condition the hair. Remember, I did put shampoo in it, so we just want to soften that hair back up. And there was a little bit of runoff inside of this bucket while I did it, but it wasn't a lot. Like I said, let the hair sit before you do this step. Now I'm going to wash out all the conditioner and finger detangle the hair as I do it. But look how that color looked, y'all. It was so beautiful. I was so proud of myself. This is the finished color after the condition. Look at that. But you see what I mean with the highlighted parts. You see the different colors and the different layers. Like, it's not all just choppy. This is how much shedding I got from finger detangling and detangling with my brush. I didn't have a lot at all. I did flip the wig around once it was dry, and I put this lace tint on it. It's a light brown lace tint. So I recommend doing this, especially when you have this blonde, because it makes it look a little bit more realistic once you put it on. This is the process of me trying to put this on, and I was trying to be real YouTuber-esque, thinking I knew what the hell I was doing. Please, y'all, do not do nothing crazy. Right here, I've cut off the excess of the lace. I had already curled it from the night before. I did not show that because this was not the best curl in my opinion. I have done it better. So I'm just seeing where I want it to be placed. I decided to take some hair to the front and spray some lace adhesive spray to hold it down. I'm going to put a elastic band around that to hold it down. I do not normally do this. I don't even know why I try to do this, try to show off for the video or something. I don't know. I don't recommend doing it this way unless it's what you normally do. So I'm just putting this on, letting that sit. Around like 10 minutes later, I came back and I was going to use a razor to cut off the lace, and I realized, girl, you do not do this normally and you're gonna mess your hair up. So I said, you know what, let me stick to the rivers and the lakes that I'm used to, and I took some shears and cut the lace off like a normal person would. I am not a hairdresser, so why act like one now? So here I'm just going to cut around that lace. I'm going to make sure that I have my ear tabs and everything cut out and it looks like I want it to. I didn't have a lot of lace to cover up, but I did use a little bit of baby hair up there. This is the finished look, y'all. I am in love. By this point, them ugly curls had dropped and looked so much better. And this is like a close-up of like the highlighted parts inside of those parts. This is why I didn't like comb it out. Look how that, oh, Beautiful. I love this hair. It was so soft, so easy to manage. Putting it on was a dream. The lace feels good. The colors are to die for. This wig definitely soaked up the color that I needed it to. So I do recommend this wig if you're looking for a 613, and they obviously have a lace. I will leave all the links in the description box down below. I hope y'all like it, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye.